Modern Horizons 3 is right around the corner, and before we all get stuck into a pre-release, I wanted to make a little video to show you what it's like to draft this set. Firstly, this video would not be possible without Wizards of the Coast, so massive thank you to them for sponsoring the video, providing the product early so I can give you a little heads up on what this set looks like. I also have something really cool to tell you about the pre-releases for this set. If you head over to the Wizards store locator and find your local WPN store, get yourself booked in for one of the pre-releases and you could win a special foil framed Eldrazi Titan poster. Additionally to that, on the 9th of June, I'm heading to the Geek Retreat in Chelmsford to get involved with their pre-release, and if you come along to that event with me, the winner will not only get the usual prize selection, but also an entire booster display of Modern Horizons 3, which is nuts. So when you draft at a pre-release, you get 6 packs in your box to pull together and build whatever you can from what is in those packs. You can interchange colours, you can sideboard between games, you could even build 2 decks and switch them out game to game. I've been really looking forward to this set. Modern Horizons 1 and 2, in my opinion, were absolute home runs. I love those sets. I have probably picked up too many packs of Modern Horizons 2. The cards in that set got me into Modern. I started playing Modern because of the set. It was a brilliant gateway in. So to be able to get more of that now, I'm really excited. I also never got the opportunity to draft those first 2 sets, other than like the odd pack in a Chaos draft. So I'm quite excited to do this now. Right, enough talking, I want to open some packs. Let's see what we can get from this first pack. Adapted back in the set, that's really cool. And so is support. I'm a big fan of anything with 1/1 counters, so it's quite cool to get stuff that allows that. Another returning mechanic is energy counters. It'd be interesting to see how much of that is in the set already. Ooh, this common land is really interesting. It's got cycling for black, green, blue, to discard it and draw a card. And then you can also sack it to search library for a basic swamp, forest, or island card and put it on the battlefield tapped. That sounds quite strong. Obviously the big thing in this set is that the Eldrazi are back. It's like a retelling of the original Eldrazi story. Devoid cards, which are really cool. My very first commander deck that was built for me was a Devoid Eldrazi deck. So it's really nostalgic for me to see these new Devoid cards. First rare of the pack, we've got Sevine's Reclamation. Return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. If it was cast from the graveyard because it's got a flashback, you may copy this spell and choose a new target for the copy. That's a really good card in Commander. I think that's going to create some interesting synergies in Modern as well. Emperor of Bones, so 2 rares in this pack. That could be really spicy with some discard stuff. Or like self-mill, like get some massive creatures into the graveyard and then bring it back using that card. My usual technique with drafts is to like immediately split them out into their different colours, so I can get an idea of how much I'm getting of each, and then obviously all the rares in a separate pile as well. If we can get some good rares, oh my god, this card has the funniest art I've ever seen. Foul Strike, destroy target creature with flying, and it's just a druid punching a buzzard in the face. That is brilliant. I will play that whether it's good or not. Split Second, interesting, that's a returning mechanic as well. I really like Split Second. Not being able to interact with it is up my alley. Oh, hello. This is a uncommon aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has flying and lifelink. Glasswing Grace. But on the back side is a 2-colour land. It is tapped and you can tap it for a white or a black. That's really cool. Any sort of fixing, especially when you're drafting, is really important. Flare of Cultivation. These new Flare cards are so cool. You may sacrifice a non-token green creature rather than pay this spell's mana cost. That to me sounds like it's going to be really strong. There's 1 in each colour for this as well. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal those cards, put 1 onto the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand in the shuffle. So it's basically a free Cultivate if you could sack a creature. Seems very powerful. Okay, so some interesting rares. Good green, good black so far. Pack number 3. Nightshade Dryad is a death touching 1/2 that taps for a mana. That is really useful. Wow, Glimpse of the Impossible looks amazing. Ooh, we have a mythic, and this seems to be from the Commander set as well. Omo, Queen of Vesuva. It is green-blue, 1/5. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, put an everything counter on each of up to 1 target land and up to 1 target creature. Each land with an everything counter on it is every land type in addition to its other types. Each non-land creature with an everything counter on it is every creature type. That's really cool. I bet you can do some crazy stuff in Commander with it. Flare of Denial, we've got another Flare card. Sacrifice a non-token blue creature rather than pay a spell's mana cost. Counter target spell. Basically a free counter spell if you've got a creature on board you don't care about. That is really strong. That is really cool. Oh my god, temperamental. I'm going to try that one again. Temperamental Oozewag. This is a scary looking dude, but I like him a lot. Both of those flares are like sought after cards, so this is so far has been an absolute banger, and we're only halfway, we still have 3 packs to go. I would love to get one of the massive Eldrazi's. If we can build an Eldrazi draft deck, like a Devoid draft deck, I'd be really happy. Devoid is a really interesting mechanic because it counts towards colourless things, but then you have to have a certain colour of mana to pay for it. So it makes it quite an interesting play style and play pattern because you have to be careful with your mana base. Signature Slam is such a funny card. This is a gorilla doing an elbow drop on a dinosaur. Why would you not want to play that? Lots of uncommons in this pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have Winter Moon. Players can't untap more than 1 non-basic land during their untap step. If I can go mono red, I'm playing this. I'm having a lot of fun here. Like, just getting into a new set and just not really knowing all the cards from the set yet and then just cracking the packs and seeing what we get. I like to learn it as we go. Especially love it at pre-release when you can just like work it out by playing it. Everyone there is in the same boat where we're trying to see what the new cards are like, work out what the synergies are, what works with what, how to play the set. I love that atmosphere and environment. I think that's probably my favourite way to discover new cards, is just by playing it with other people. Null Elemental Blast. I really like the play on previous cards like Red Elemental Blast, Blue Elemental Blast, and I just love the twist on old cards. And we have my preview card. Unstable Amulet. Enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy counters. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, Unstable Amulet deals 1 damage to each opponent. I love that bit. My mono red modern deck does a lot of flashback, suspend, casting things from exile with like Light Up the Stage. I think it can actually do a lot of damage. It only costs 2 for this artifact as well. Very happy I got that. Emerald Medallion. Green spells you cast cost 1 less to cost. 1 less to cost? If I could read, we'd be in trouble. Green spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. That's really good. We've got some good green cards as well, so I think we're definitely going to go that route with this deck. And Kozilek Command. Fun fact, this is only the 2nd card in Magic that says Scries on it. All other cards say Scry, or may Scry. This one specifically says Scries. Let me know in the comments if you know which one is the other card that has that word on. Clue, it's from a recent set. We're on the last pack. Hopefully we get some more green cards. I don't know what other colour I would splash yet. We kind of have to have a dig through and look at what removal we may get. If I've got a lot of removal in another colour, then that's usually my go-to pairing. Horrific Assault, another really cool art. Justine Jones just smashes it out of the park with the art. Like I said at the start of the video, I'm going to be at the Geek Retreat in Chelmsford for the pre-release weekend on Sunday, and I cannot wait to give it a go. But more importantly, the fact that by attending the one that I'm going to, you can win an entire booster box if you come first is nuts. I'm going to be taking it so seriously. I'm going to be sweating to get that booster box. And look like it's rigged because I'm going to take it home. The full art lands look beautiful in this set as well, especially in foil. And there we go, that's all 6 packs. So I guess the only thing that's left to do now is build a deck. Let's see what we've got. So all I'm doing now is splitting them out into the different colours, the ones that are multicolored, the ones that are colourless, and then it lets me have a little look at how we're doing, what have we got in each colour. I keep my rares all separate to make sure that I can have a little flick through those and see which ones are strong, which ones could do with some work, and then sort of like work out what's my am I doing 1 colour, 2 colour, 3 colour? Are we getting crazy and doing 5 colour? I've done that once at pre-release and went 0-3. So if I can avoid doing that again, I will. Rare-wise, we've got an interesting split. I mean, some good blue, some good black, some good green. So I've got the possibility of going 3 colours. I don't mind that if there's enough fixing in the lands. Right, so I've rolled a load of stuff out, which is nice. Next step is then to say, what are we doing? There are general rules in draft as to like how many you want of each. I tend to go 15 creatures, 8 spells, and that leaves me so that would leave me 17 lands, but I'm a sucker for cutting lands, so I'll probably do like 9 non-creature spells and then Carterland. And there you go. I wasn't expecting to draft Golgari. It's never usually my go-to color pairings, but this looks like a really fun synergistic deck. There's lots of cards that go really well together. There's lots of 1/1 counter stuff, and I'm a big fan of 1/1 counter decks. I like being able to stack dice all over my board state. So I think it would play really well. This has gone very smoothly for a draft, which for me sometimes is not the case. I like to be able to see a clear option or clear game plan and say, yep, can we do that? Perfect, we can build around that. There's some bombs in here, there's some removal, so if we can recreate this at pre-release, I'll be happy. Knowing my luck, I will draft a better deck than this and I will play terribly, so we'll see. But I hope you've enjoyed a little first look at Modern Horizons 3. I think it's a really cool set. I'm really excited to crack more packs of this and sort of see what else we can get, do some more drafts. I'm really excited to get some upgrades for my modern decks as well. So being able to sort of play test and try some stuff out, especially my budget mono red deck, that has definitely had some key upgrades come out in this set. So very excited for that. If you want to get involved with the pre-release as well, head on down to the Wizard store locator in the description, find your local store. If your local store happens to be Chelmsford, then come on down to the Geek Retreat with me and you might be able to win a booster box. Finally, massive thank you to the Patreons for supporting the channel. You're all wonderful people. I will see you in the next one.